Black Manta wins.
Hey everybody, I'm just sort of here. I decided to just sort of joke around and did a live stream. I know it's like out of the blue, and I know there's probably like nobody here. But I just got Black Manta and an Injustice, so I thought this would just be sort of fun for me to play and then sort of talk about heroclix just a little bit. Now, this isn't going to replace this week's show, but it is just something like additional content I just decided to do. So if you do show up, like the one person that's here, just go ahead and put comments in the little chat there. But from what I'm hearing right now, Big Bang is a pretty good tournament. I'm hearing that Mr. David Galsman's on fire here. I think he beat PJ Bolin. And I'm not sure if he beat Easton. But the little chat thing that I had, he was talking about how tough his schedule was in the prelims. But the big thing about Big Bang this week, or this weekend, is it's going to set the tone for Rocktober, like without a doubt. It's setting the tone for Rocktober because whatever people play, whether it's like Unimind or Thors, or and I do mean Thors because there's multiple Thors that you can play. Or if you're playing some like Beta Ray Build Tech or whatever else. Oh wait, boom! There it is, Black Manta.
Black Manta wins.
The key thing I think is going to come out of this tournament is whatever wins is what everyone's going to say. With that's the new meta, and that could not be true. It could just be, just due to brackets that, that team won. And it's not necessarily devaluing whoever is out there playing this weekend, because, there are some great players out there this weekend. But primarily, I just think that we're going to jump to some conclusions. Now, I would better say is looking at the metrics of our top 8 or top 16, depending on how big that tournament is. Will that give us a good enough sample? If that gives us a sample of what's coming, then I would better look at that. So, for example, if we get like 5 Jakeems out of top 8, then it just means that, oh look, this is how a better Jakeem machine is being built right now. Versus, let's just say we get 1 Jakeem. Then I would say like, okay, it's 1 Jakeem out of everybody else. But let's just also sort of put into the mix that there are hardly any Jakeems at the event. Then, the Jakeems that are playing it and they still made it, then that would be a lot more telling too. So I think there's going to be a huge tale to be spun from this tournament. Now, normally I would be like, oh look, we'll listen to the quarry or whatnot, but I don't think I'm really going to talk too much about that on the quarry when we do it.
Thought you were a skilled killer.
Choke on a harpoon.
Choke on the harpoon, yay. That's appropriate to say there, Black Manta. Oh, I mistimed that one. For some reason, the environmental on this one is a little bit tougher than I prefer. Now, I know some of you might be saying, like, looking at this too, like, Dark Logos is a straight 1-2 spammer, and you would be correct. I'm a straight spammer on Injustice. Anyway, what was I say? But I think that the next question is really in my opinion, after this tournament, where the market's going to stand. And I know some people would say, like, that's not important. And I would firmly disagree.
You're just a defenseless boy.
With the war machine on my spine.
Hold up.
That justifies me killing you.
Begin.
Because we have about a month before Rocktober, and getting everything you need before Rocktober. Ooh, yes. This little move here, it's cheap. But getting your pieces before Rocktober is going to be tough. So if you were lucky and you got like your supply of stuff for Thor, then you may be hurting a little bit. If you have a little tiny community. Nope, gotcha. Oh. If you have a little tiny community, it may be hard for you, in your community to do things or have all the pieces. But if you have 7 or more people and you all sort of bought some semblance of product, you bound to have like a Mjolnir in your venue. You probably have like 80% of the objects in your venue. Oh, don't kill him. Oh, okay, hold up. You want to like ultimate finish people because you get the most amount of points. So anyway, if you have a decent sized venue, it's going to be easy for you to go out there and borrow pieces. But if you have a small venue, you're in trouble if the prices go up. And I know Mjolnir, trying to get Mjolnir has gone up to like $150, and that is ridiculous. And so I have a friend named Tom, and I've mentioned Tom before, and he said he said that Mjolnir will go down to $60 and after October. And I told him no, that's not happening. Yes, I am like an environmentalist fan. But the main reason I said that wasn't going to happen is availability of product. Ooh, dang, he got me on that one. All right, there we go. Is the availability of product issue, and the availability of product has gone down, and it's artificially reduced. I mean, not artificial. Yeah, artificially reduced, and naturally reduced. It's artificially reduced because, oh yeah, got that. I don't think WizKids thought that this was going to sell a ton of product, so I think they produced less than if I was, if of course if I'm in charge, it's all magically perfect every time. But I think they sold a lot less than they thought. Sorry, they made a lot less than they should have made. Then on top of that, you have the hurricane, and all that together led to literally the perfect storm of product issues around October. Now, this is where I think the issue becomes even bigger. Is that if you look at the fall WizKids Opens, they're not offering a chase set of Thor.
Black Manta wins.
And I think that's a big deal. And the main reason I think that's a big deal is because I don't think they have a chase set of Thor to give out. Like, honestly, I don't think they have a chase set of Thor to give out. And the main reason I say I don't think they have a chase set of Thor to give out is if you look at how short supply the product is. In the past, they used to say, like, sold out and whatever else. But I don't even think they can possibly, ascertain how much product they still would be floating out there. And even if they did try to put in like an acquisition for another run of Thor, it wouldn't hit until sometime in January. And by that time, they're going to be trying to push a Harley Quinn set. And I wouldn't say it would be bad for business for them to be pushing Thor in Harley Quinn, because it won't. But if they introduced, more boosters out into the wild, I would think that WizKids would make a ton of money, more so than lose money. But if you look at the history of the company, they always like, oh no, we don't want stuff in the warehouse. We can't have things in the warehouse. So no, they're probably not going to. They're probably not going to make more. Huh. I thought I had a better helmet for this. Okay, give me a second. I'm going to go check my gear here. Also, magical person who's here, thank you for staying. And magical 2 person that comes in and out. I hope your internet, gets stable. But sort of going back, I think them not having the product when they announced the second wave of WizKids Opens was just fully on indicated with the prizes. And everybody was happy, and then you come to find out that the prizes are going to be like super rares and chases that are out of the X-Men set that we're getting. So you're sort of taking this step back, and you're asking a couple of questions. Real quick. Not that helmet. This is the most awesomest Black Manta helmet I have ever seen. Like, if I could get a Black Manta with a helmet like that would be great. I'm going to save this one to copy it over to like my legendary gear. This one is cool too. I like this one too, but this is better. As I, now I have like a different way to derail myself in the middle of a conversation. But going back, by offering super rares and think maybe one chase for your fall WizKids Opens, that it's blood in the water. It lets you know that they care. Dennis Chavez says, "Yay, I'm magic." Anyway, I guess he's the one that's disappearing in and out. But pretty much by offering those characters, there's something that's going to be good and bad from it. The good is you're going to get something way earlier, 2 months actually, before it's supposed to come out. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that the prices on eBay when they come out are going to be astronomical. Emphasis on astro. And there was something I was talking with a coworker of mine, and we were making some statements in between each other, and we both agreed it would be really, really, really bad
Black Manta.
if WizKids made WKO exclusive figures. And if they made WKO exclusive figures, what would happen? Now, because if we, look at what we were expecting from WKOs, we were expecting, Doomsday, we were expecting, Sinestro, Bebop, Rocksteady, Zeus,
Deadshot.
all those characters. But by not offering those characters
And I'll take your
on the second wave, what we see is that we're not guaranteed to get those characters. And so by being not guaranteed to get those characters, you have an incentive to say, like, I can't afford to miss a WKO. Do the uppercut. Yeah, I know it's cheap, but I like it. But anyway, but yeah, by saying like, hey, you're not guaranteed to get second round of stuff. Oh crap! Hold on, wait. Oh, I thought I blocked that. I thought I blocked that so bad. Deadshot sucks in this game. He's not great in heroclix either. But now, like, that little power that Black Manta has isn't great because you pretty much just hover and Deadshot, you suck so bad. And then it's like I say that while he's killing me. Gotcha. But those prices on those X-Men prize supports is just going to be stupid. Now, also the other thing that we're seeing is that we're going to be getting a Colossus ID card. And we already knew that we were going to get X-Men ID cards, but I really, really hope that the Colossus ID card we get is established as a con ID card, and that it's not established as a set ID card. Now, if you listen to my podcast after the rules went up, how I indicated how ID cards are going to be a permanent landscape in HeroClix.
I should be in charge, God.
I lead, I do not follow.
Hold up a second.
You'll take that pride to the grave.
Okay. Oh shit! I thought I had that. But this they're keeping the game focused around ID cards, which I don't know if they're going to keep trying to find different ways of making resources with the ID cards, or if they're going to. I hate that. I hate Gorilla Garage. Anyway, I don't know if they are going to find different ways of integrating the ID cards where they work with some characters in specific manners. And yes, I did do that on purpose. Or if they establish with the ID cards that they're not going to do anything and they're just going to let them just be individual call-ins. Now, I'm in the individual call-in camp because I would prefer not to have more resources that are utilizing ID cards, because you're just going to deal with more real boy crap, and that I just don't want to deal with. And in all honesty, the ID cards as a rally mechanic, crap, I didn't mean to do that. The ID cards as a rally mechanic are too much of a staple in the game right now, and then they also need to keep justifying. Ah, shoot. Nope, he's about to kill me. They need to keep justifying why there's a sideboard, because they can have shifting focus all they want, but you're not getting a lot of synergy out of shifting focus, in the sense of, if I play a theme team The only theme team right now that I can play with shifting focus is Justice League. That's because I have shifting focus Superman, and I have shifting focus shifting focus Batman. But the fact that I also have shifting focus Deadpool, and he's not on any other team with any other shifting focus characters, or Doctor Strange. You know, I can't. I don't even think I can make an Avengers team with shifting focus characters. You would think they would have made shifting focus Captain America before shifting focus Black Panther, but I'm not. You know, I'm not mad and I'm not hating. Okay, come on. So the little challenge is I have to land a super move, which is not impossible. I don't like playing against Green Lantern because if you get the AI and it starts getting cheap, he'll just bowl on you. He has like a bowling ball with a... Oh, yes! He has like a bowling ball, spiked bowling ball move. And... No, I mistimed that. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, but he'll spam that all day, and if he gets too happy with his lasers, he'll do stupid stuff, and he'll lantern light you all night. So anyway, going back, I derail myself so bad. Definitely right now because I'm playing this game. What was I going into? Oh yeah, the ID card thing. They need to think about, like, in the long term, like how you're going to diversify your use of ID cards. Because we had the Quinjet before, then we had the round table and the teleporter. Like, okay, so after that, what are we going to see? Are you going to keep re-updating the teleporter, or could you, or the round table, or could you just be like, hey, Cerebro, look, we have a little magical chair and it does the exact same thing, and we can sell it for $35 with 4 exclusive or 5 exclusive IDs or whatever, and we'll buy it. Like, let's not lie, we'll buy it.
What the hell do you want?
Hold on, let's hear what I say.
do what I must to return home.
This is a waste of my time.
Yeah.
Begin.
So we'll buy it. We'll spend the money on doing on a competitive ID cards if we know it's the only way we're going to do it. We're only going to wait. We're going to get it. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to try to be like the cheap, sweet guy. Nope, that didn't work out. Now, normally I wouldn't be doing the super move this early, because normally I don't have enough meter. But I'm not going to kill him, and I should be able to build up enough meter to get another bard so I can finish him with it. Yeah, because he's going to knock me down. Ooh, yeah, he stopped my environmental interaction there. Oh, I hate that. Anyway, so going back to the ID cards, they're going to have to introduce a character or something that will come back and say, like, hey man, I make it so that the people that you summon in do less damage or more damage. They have to do something, since they went full on committal to it in the rule book. Because if they fail to do that, what they're saying is that they kept it and they didn't have a plan for this. I'm going to take like 2 hits and then he's going to knock me into ultimate. Yep, there we go. So I just have to tap him with it, yeah, to get the points. And I know some people will be like, well, why are you waiting to get hit and all that other stuff? So to get the better chest, you need higher points and for your score at the end, and you get like a ton of points if you finish your opponent with the super move So it doesn't matter if it goes through the animation or not. As long as you hit them with the super move animation, either the beginning of it or the cutscene, you're fine. So yeah, that's why I've been doing what I've been doing, because I want to make sure I get those points. And this is a long stage, so like the points become astronomical of what you have to get. Anyway, so we're going back, like the amount of mechanics that you can do with ID cards, it's not that deep. Like, it's like, oh, I buff characters. They're not going to give you the option to be like, oh yeah, like I stopped you from summoning ID cards. They're not going to do that. Okay, we already know they're not going to do that. Come on, that's one. Okay, I'm gonna try here with the Gyarados. That part is funny. So they're not going to introduce something like hammers, like hammers from Fear Itself. So that you can see that right now in the Thor set. Oh, you want to do that? I can. Boom. Okay, I landed two. They're not going to give us something where it's like, oh, hey, here's the equip, without giving us like a split lip like character. And if there's not like a split lip like character, we're not going to play it. I mean, let's be honest. And as much as we say oh, hey, if we already have these current weapons, dark logos, and we've played those, and what I'm going to say is this. We play those right now, but I'm doubting in about 6 months. Yeah, I'm gonna let her hit me with, oh, no. I doubt in 6 months we're going to be super happy with the weapons after we see what it does to the tempo. Okay. If I punch her again, she's going to, yep, here it is. Okay, I'm looking at the comments here. It says, maybe I missed it. Why did you want Colossus to be a con card? Okay, I wanted it to be a con card. So that when we go into Origins next year, we're more likely to get it. B, if I'm getting stuff from WizKids Opens and they're only good for like a year or 2 years, I'm looking at when it's dropping. So I can be hopeful and say, hey, the Colossus card will be a 2018 exclusive. But they can just as easily say, no, man, Colossus card came out 2017. So it's going to get retired with a 2017 stuff. They easily can say that. So I want to see that be a con card. And then also, like I said, is they've committed to the ID cards. They whole hog committed to the ID cards. So you're going to see more of that sort of stuff. Okay, hold up. He's going to try to throw me. All right. Now, I've been trying to do the little. That's it. Okay. All right. I know how to do it now. Yeah. So, like I said, I don't think they're going to be like, hey guys, we're going to present this stuff for WizKids Opens and let them be just standard, items. I just don't see them doing that. Oh, get up. This is the first time I'm like, yes, I'm glad I have the rockets. The rockets saved me. But yeah. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Get him. So anyway, just going back, because like I said, this whole affair is me having fun with y'all and derailing myself, like on the constant.
Black Manta wins.
The ID card mechanic is super limited. They need to come up with something creative. If they come up with something that's objects based, we're already seeing how tempo is affecting gameplay. When you're like, oh, my Jakeem went to pick up the blood axe. Okay, cool. Jakeem picked up the blood axe. All right, is he going to go out there and attack the next turn with the blood axe? Well, yes, but now he has to pick willpower and push. And now he's only really getting one solid attack in. So, hold on, wait. Now this like jump here he does, that is a crazy good gap closer. No. Anyway. Oh, I had him. Anyway, and if you also look at the objects that WizKids are giving us, compare those to the Fear itself objects. This is a complete waste of super. Compared to the Fear itself objects, they're nowhere near close. They still want you to look at the fast forces and be like, hey guys, there's some cool object in there. I might want to play that for, you know, my game. You know. Yeah, I'm gonna be cheap. Yeah, that's the only thing. Black Adam is a bastard. Like, he's too good. Anyway, don't worry, there's no PewDiePie type crap happening here. I'm a little bit more in control of my faculties. But yeah, they're not going to give us something like Anger's Hammer again. Boom! Okay, I shouldn't have done that, but I just wanted to hit him with the gator. They're not going to give us anything like Anger's Hammer again. If they did, it wouldn't imbalance the game, because, you know, regions gotten changed. But it would definitely the +2 attack would just be the bigger deal. The +2 attack and the move attack would be way bigger deals. So they want to keep us interested, and they want to still push other stuff. They want to push the fast forces and the little trinkets in the fast forces. They want you to buy those, because if you don't buy those and integrate them into your gameplay, they're going to get frustrated. They're going to do those less and less. So, all right, I'm going to take a brief break from commentary. I'm going to play this Catwoman stage. And yeah, for people that just came back, I know your connection probably dropped. I'm just going to take a break on this one, and then I'm going to start talking again afterward. Oh, God, she's kicking my butt. I was hoping to get the bounce on that. Oh. Yeah, she's probably gonna beat me on this one.
Naturally, let the tides wash away your corpse.
Oh, you blocked me. Oh, no, this is bad. Yep, yeah. I knew she was going to beat me on this one. I do not play well against Catwoman. And Catwoman has the laser whip this time. Or a weapon from another brand of series in whip form. If you look at the color, it's sort of obvious.
Catching you was easy.
Finding me isn't catching me.
This just got a whole lot more interesting.
Begin.
Now, some people like to do like juggle like 18 attacks. I just like my simple double uppercut. Now, in those situations, yeah, I messed up because I had the bounce. I should have. Yeah, I should have been able to turn that into a combo, but I messed that up. If you have anything you want me to talk about, just put in the comments. Oh crap, I'm about to get wrecked. Oh, she's about to get wrecked. Now again, I'm just trying to charge my meter up.
Careful, you might get robbed.
Okay, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. Maybe. There we go. Here it goes. Boom. Like I said, anybody coming back in, if there's anything you want me to talk about real quick, or talk about. Hey, what's up, Devin? Okay. Now Devin's here. Now I get to talk about this. WizKids Opens, they don't have dates. They should have clearly came out the jump with dates. Now I know Devin runs the one in up in Nebraska, and they're having two in Nebraska, one on the Saturday and the other on the Sunday. So there's that, and I really want to know the dates because if it's all month, I want to know how they're spread out. Because if you look in like Chicagoland, oh gosh, there's like 5 within like maybe an hour and a half. It's ridiculous. Oh, I missed that up so bad. So when you... Ooh, there we go. Nope, he got me on that one. So when you look at, like, your planning, if you want to try to go to one that's, you know, maybe a far off, you have a problem because you don't know the date. Now, the one in Orlando, I have a friend that's down there. What's up, Tom, if you're listening to this? The one down there, they're like 16 people. 16 people can do this WKO, which just lets me know, like, that's some corrupt crap. That just is. It's like the first 16 people that sign up for this event will get in. And I'm like, you probably have 13 locals. Okay? And if something comes up in the rules, then you're more likely the judge is going to favor the local than it is anybody else. You know, if you're the outsider, you're not supposed to win. And then they're going to take all the prize support and sell it on eBay and make a ton of money. Like a crap ton of money. And I shouldn't have ultimate on freaking Captain Cold. But definitely saying that Omaha is 11th and 12th of November. So I'm just building up the meter again. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to let them whoop up on me. They're like, but anyway, but yeah, you're setting it up in this really crappy situation where you announce it, and it's like, all right, well, it's obvious that you're going to get a ton of people. And I mean, like, I know in Chicagoland, if it's sealed, you're getting 130. They said like they got over 100 people. I'll take that back on that 130. But you got over 100 people at the world's finest WKO sealed, and they like qualify like 10 people to Origins, and only two showed up. Well, no, from Chicagoland, I think there's 3. It's like KJ, what's his name? Adam Freeman and somebody else. Robert Bain, I think. I think those are the only 3 that went. Okay, Devin says the kits say they support 16 players, but stores can order more than one. Comes out to $40 a lot this time, which wasn't as bad as past ones. Yeah, because the past ones had Colossals, which is why I think they might be saying like, oh, 16 people. But to me, like, you can clearly look at the past events that you held and look at your turnout. Like, to me, what's the purpose of the win if not for seeing your major events and the type of turnout you have and which regions are getting people?
What does it feel like to die?
You'll know soon enough, Manta.
I prefer to watch.
Begin.
He's like, I'm Black Manta. What does it feel like to be more emo than you? What does it feel like to know that you're not the most emo character in this game? It's like I am. Well, maybe Damian Wayne. Yeah, more likely Damian Wayne. Okay, alright. And I want my throw. Give me my throw. Because like that throw is awesome. Like the second best throw to that is Sub-Zero. No. Anyway, sort of going back. It says 16 people on the thing. I hate that. I really wish it didn't say that, because now you're looking at like people like myself, Daniel Powell, PJ, anybody that's on a team that actually wants to qualify for a WizKids, major event. They're at a disadvantage because there may not be enough. Some venues might be like, oh, hey, we got our 16, we're full, buddy. No more people. We have 18 local players, so we filled up real quick. And if anybody was listening to the channel back the last round of WizKids Opens, and what happened to my man Dragon, how I ended up making a whole show on that. There's nothing that happened to that venue. Nothing. They're still getting WizKids Opens. No one's, you won't be like, oh yeah, that's a bad venue. Forget that. I could probably go there and not play. No one's gonna look at that place sideways. And because they made money, WizKids gonna be like, oh yeah, they got 25 people, so we're gonna give them another one. And also, certain people that are affiliated with us rep the store in spite of the fact that they acted, unscrupulously. So there you go. Yeah, Devin's pointing out there's no player limit at the Omaha ones. But yeah, and again, the only reason that I'm even bringing this up is a friend of mine, again, like my first student Tom, never met him in real life, talked only over the phone. Dang it, known him almost 5 years. Right, he's like, dude, come down to Orlando. We'll do, I got a timeshare there. Flying to Tampa, we'll go to Orlando. I got a timeshare, and then we'll go to the WKO. And I'm like, you know what? That sounds pretty cool. And then you come to find out, like, oh wait, like limited to 16 people. And then you're like, oh, I got to deal with that. You know, I really got to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. So, like, it's frustrating. But, you know, and I hate to say it, like, I can't complain about going to Springfield. It was ran well. I can't complain about going to Omaha. It was ran well. But I get these reports from people that play at some of these other places, and it's just like, what the heck? Yeah, the step down, Devin says step down in prize support too. Glad to have the extra Connollys from the video contest. Otherwise, there isn't much being given out at the the top 8 or battle royales. And that's true. Like the Omaha one has like extra prize support. But if you do think about it though, the battle royale element does create, it brings the casual players in to participate, to have a chance to get stuff. But if you're just doing your qualifications to do your qualifications, WizKids, you need to start looking at how Magic does it and how other big games do their qualifications. And one of the main things that you need to start doing is, and I know this is going to sound bad, at the local level, at the local store level, have introductories, you know, like have little mini tournaments that qualify you for these bigger tournaments, or more so give you certain amount of points to lead into your qualification bid. So you can make it so to qualify for U.S. Nationals, you need to score a total of 5 or 6. Let's just say 6. Okay, so you can get 6 if you got first place. You get 6 points if you got first place or second place. So that makes it so like the top, you make it to the finals, boom, you're the kind of guy that we want in U.S. Nationals. You know, then if you just show up, you get a point. So if you travel all month and you don't get anywhere, at least you have 4 points, maybe 5 if you know you're lucky to have like double headers around you. Okay, so when spring qualifications come around, all you have to do is show up, boom, you qualify for U.S. Nationals. You don't even have to win, you know, but by making it so that you have to win, they don't make, let me rephrase this. By making it the way that it is now, where you have a limited pool and you say the prize supports 16 people, okay, and then people are going to interpret that as this is a 16-person event, then it comes down to there's going to be folks that are serious and want to compete and will be turned away from venues because they didn't pre-register or the pre-registration got full. And so now people are screwed. And there's nobody to raise Cain to, because WizKids isn't going to go to their preferred, you know, businesses and say like, look, you have to run this event like blank. They're not. And we know why, because those venues buy enough product and they have a good enough credit report, you know, and that's the thing. You know, WizKids will know that company's not going to go out of business in the next, you know, year and a half, unless, you know, Marvel keeps sucking.
You murdered my father.
I remember events differently.
That is no defense.
Just that helmet is pimp too. I like that. No. Oh gosh. Aquaman, please, no, Aquaman. Okay, I think Aquaman's probably gonna whoop me up here. Yeah, I think Aquaman's gonna whoop me up here. No, oh gosh, I whiffed that. Okay. Yeah, if you look at my damage, I'm doing like piddly damage to him. So, join me as we come back after we level up for Black Panther. Not Black Panther, Black Manta. Oh gosh, I said Black Panther. Black Panther. Oh gosh, this is getting worse. But yeah, sort of going back is they need to do something that, number one, make it clear to retailers, like pricing is from first through blank. This is who the pricing is for. Bat Panther. Bat Panther. Yeah, so they need to establish this is who the pricing is for. Then they need to come back and say, look, we're not giving you stuff for battle royales this time around. So don't think there's going to be battle royales, okay? And if they haven't advertised battle royales so much so in this go around of the press releases. Okay, so I can't say like, oh, look, they're going to have extra stuff for battle royales, because there's nothing in there that indicates that they are. Okay, then you come back and you say this, hey, don't turn anybody away. Make sure that you're able to, document or, have everybody in the event system. And then they need, WizKids needs to have something set up to recognize, like, okay, you showed up to 2 events. You showed up to us in the spring, us in the fall. All right, you just showed up in both. That lets us know you're serious and you're competitive and you care. Or you should be able to get to U.S. Nationals. If you had some way to just show WizKids, like, hey, I'm a competitive person. I try, I travel. Let me into U.S. Nationals. Boom. It gets rid of so many problems. But of course, it doesn't work like that. Even if you had feeder events into, and I think this is the reason. The game isn't that big, so them looking at feeder events seems to be like shooting themselves in the foot, because all it's going to do is limit the amount of people that are going to show up to the event if they didn't win or do well in the feeder event. Plus then WizKids has to keep a list and then email that list to everybody, when the feeder events are. And even if you said it like this, you have WizKids opens in spring and fall, and you have 8 months of feeders into your WKOs. So you have 4 leading into the fall, you have, nothing, and then, maybe in December, you have December, early January, I feel like you shouldn't have anything. And then 4 months into, feeding into the summer, WKO, or vice versa, however you want to have the qualifications feed. But I think then you would have a chance of getting enough people into these events so that you don't have to worry about, oh, well, they maybe won't show up, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. But also the feeder event participation can help, like, really let you know, like, what is the dedication level of your player base. Because if your player base is not caring, whatsoever, they just like show up, then you need to treat them like, oh, okay, my player base just shows up. Okay, so feeder events and all this other stuff is a waste of money. Maybe I need to, oh crap, it's 20. Maybe I need to think of a different qualification format. All right. But unfortunately, they're not going to do that. Okay. Let's go. And I don't know what I want to do now. Actually, what I'm going to do is I am going to switch over to Warframe. Alright, so give me a second here.